Bonjour, Madame and Monsieur. First of all, I'd like to congratulate the Gaznat for the excellent 50 years history and also this celebration. And also I would like to appreciate Rune Boats and Gaznat give me this great opportunity to come to this beautiful city, Lausanne. And I'll explain what Japan is doing on hydrogen, and particularly I'll spare some time what we are doing to make an ammonia to be a carbon-free fuel. Japan is strongly supporting the development of hydrogen and hydrogen-related technologies. Prime Minister Abe expressed in COP21 in Paris that hydrogen-related technology is an important technology to lead to the carbon-free society. And Strategic Energy Plan and also Council for Science and Technology and Innovation listed hydrogen and hydrogen-related technology is one of the important energy sources and also one of the important research and development programs. And Council launched Strategic Innovation Promotion Program in 2014 and 5 years plan. The one of 11 themes is the hydrogen energy carriers. And last year, in December, Japan announced a new strategy for hydrogen. I'll explain this quickly in the next slide. This is the scenario in the strategic hydrogen plan. Some key figures in 2030 is total introduction hydrogen is targeted 300,000 tons, and cost of the hydrogen is $3 per kilogram. If we produced power by this cost of the hydrogen, the cost of power is 17 yen per kilowatt hour, means about 13 euro cents per kilowatt hour. But it is still expensive. So final target is $2 per kilogram of hydrogen, and the power generation cost is less than 10 cents per kilowatt hour. And the vehicles, fuel cell vehicles is targeted 800,000 vehicles in 2030, 1,200 buses, and 10,000 forklifts. And targeted number of the fuel cells, hydrogen stations will be 900. And stationary application of the fuel cell, the targeted number of installed capacity will be 5.3 million units by 2030. And this strategy also describes that ammonia will be introduced to the energy market by the middle of 2020s, and leading the introduction of hydrogen energy carriers in the energy market. This is the 11 themes of SIP, Strategic Innovation Promotion Program. The themes are varied, such as next generation power electronics, automated driving, cyber security and production of the ocean resources. And energy carriers, as I mentioned, is one of those 11 themes to promote research and development to develop the efficient and cost-effective technology for utilization of hydrogen. This is the basic scheme of our energy carriers project, which I'm in charge as a program director. We are focusing on the 3 energy carriers: liquid hydrogen, organic hydride, and ammonia and the production of the carbon-free hydrogen from renewables, and the technologies related to the energy carriers, and dehydrogeneration to produce hydrogen and use hydrogen in the power generation. And also, the main part of our project is that direct use of ammonia in the gas turbines, fuel cells, and industrial furnaces, and marine engines. I'll explain in details later. This busy chart shows the total programs or projects of the hydrogen-related research and development in Japan. And those red dotted projects are covered by our project. Hydrogen production from the solar heat, and mainly the ammonia-related technologies and utilization of ammonia. Other areas are covered by the different organizations and the Ministry of Economic and Industry and Trade. And I will explain some key achievements in ammonia utilization. First one is the gas turbine. We succeeded to develop the small gas turbine manufactured by Toyota Group, 50 kilowatt and 300 kilowatt, fueled by ammonia without a significant increase of NOx. Because ammonia combustion, one key issue is how to control the fuel NOx from ammonia. And Toyota is planning to commercialize 50 and 300 kilowatt micro turbines by ammonia by 2019. Second one is the mixed combustion in coal-fired power stations. We tested the burner up to 20% mixture of ammonia without increase of the NOx, because the combustion burner for pulverized coal has the technology to control the fuel NOx, because coal has a fuel NOx. And we tested in existing 156 megawatt coal-fired power stations. It's a 1 week testing the mixed combustion of ammonia last June. And very successfully we conducted the testing, but unfortunately, because of the capacity of ammonia in this power station, this is ammonia is used for the DeNOx substance. So the capacity is very small. So the mix, the percentage of the ammonia in this coal-fired power station was only 0.8% to 1%. But the test was very successful. And so the power companies are now moving into the basic design of the mixed combustion of ammonia in coal-fired power stations. Next one is ammonia utilization in industrial furnace. I believe that ammonia is the most potential carbon-free fuel for industrial market because of its combustibility. Hydrogen combustibility is too high, so speed of the combustion is too high, so it doesn't fit with the industrial furnaces. And we are developing solid oxide fuel cell. Cell stack is manufactured by Noritake, and the system is packaged by IHI. We are testing 1 kilowatt cell system very successfully without any differences with the fuel cell from natural gas. This is a solid oxide fuel cell, about 750 degrees centigrade cell, so the temperature can easily dehydrogenate the ammonia to hydrogen. And this is advanced combined cycle gas turbine we just started to develop with the Mitsubishi Hitachi Power Systems. In this case, because of the combustion temperature is too high, and to control the NOx emissions, we dehydrate from the ammonia and produce hydrogen, and we supply hydrogen to the combustor. So this is a hydrogen combustion in this ACCGT. And because an ACCGT has about 600 degrees exhaust heat, we can use this exhaust heat to dehydrogenate the hydrogen from ammonia. And then we also started development of marine engine. I believe that marine ammonia can be the most potential carbon-free fuel for marine transportation, same as the industrial market. This shows the cost comparison between the different carriers and hydrogen and ammonia. Those three bars shows the hydrogen production from renewables and carriers, and then dehydrogenate or degasify and to use as an hydrogen. This is the cost. And this is the ammonia from renewables that without dehydrogenation, direct use of ammonia is a cost. And this is a conventional ammonia plus CCS and use as ammonia the direct fuel for the energy market. And current market price of ammonia is $12 to $16 per million BTU. It fluctuates based on the fertilizer market. So we are targeting the price of ammonia around $15 to $16 per million BTU with EOR and CCS. But this is the current cost. But those costs, more than $25 per million BTU, is a future cost. So you understand how the ammonia is competitive in this, among those three carriers if we use ammonia directly. So why ammonia? The hydrogen content per volume of ammonia is highest among the three energy carriers. So infrastructure cost will be less. And transportation and storage technology is already there. And as I mentioned, ammonia can be directly used as a fuel without carbon dioxide emissions. But NOx emissions in ammonia combustion can be controlled by the technology. And ammonia is a toxic chemical, but widely used in the industry. So safety measurement are common practice already. And the CCS from ammonia production is a feasible option. The reason is ammonia production emits a lot of carbon dioxide, but about 70% of the carbon dioxide coming from the chemical process, steam reforming process. It emits pure carbon dioxide, not necessary to separate nitrogen. So easy to capture and storage. So remaining 30% is a flue gas. We have to separate nitrogen before going into the CCS. So I think the CCS cost is less than the emission from the power generation. And this is our plan to develop the carbon-free ammonia value chain. We use an existing technologies, Haber-Bosch production process from natural gas with CCS and EOR, and transport, and we use the technology to utilize the ammonia directly in the different market. And in the future, we are looking at the possibility to produce ammonia from renewable energies, but still the cost is very high. It takes some time. And because of those progress, we established Green Ammonia Consortium in our SIP project. We established in July last year. And this Green Ammonia Consortium will promote and also will lead those development from the industry and also produce ammonia roadmap and also create collaborations in the industry and collaborations between industry and government. We have now 26 companies and institutions in this green ammonia consortium. We have 5 power companies in this consortium. Those are the potential users of ammonia. And we have Toyota Group and also engineering companies and trading houses in this consortium. And we are planning to open this green ammonia consortium in April next year. So any company, any institutions interested in this green ammonia consortium can join. That's internationally open. This is a roadmap this green ammonia consortium produced. We are discussing some of the ammonia suppliers in the Middle East and US Gulf. And we are targeting to start the introduction of the carbon-free ammonia with CCS and EOR before 2025, possibly 2024. And we are discussing with one of the ammonia suppliers in Norway to launch a small demonstration program. They are planning to use hydrogen from renewables and supply to the existing ammonia plant to produce small amount of carbon-free ammonia and deliver to Japan, and to use this small amount of ammonia in the Toyota microturbine and produce carbon-free electricity and plan to supply to the Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics area in 2020. And small gas turbine, I mentioned that will be commercialized by 2019. A middle-sized gas turbine will be commercialized by 2024 when this carbon-free ammonia coming into the Japanese market. And the large-size gas turbine, advanced combined cycle, will be commercialized by 2027 or 8. And mixed combustion with coal technology is already here. So we have to retrofit and also install the ammonia, retrofit the coal-fired existing coal-fired power stations, and also install the ammonia supply system. It takes a few years. So we are targeting to start the real use of ammonia in coal-fired power station by the time that carbon-free ammonia coming into the Japanese market. And the industrial furnaces, step by step, furnace by furnace, will be commercialized. And the final chart shows the scheme of the hydrogen society we are targeting in 2020. We transport hydrogen using hydrogen carriers and supply hydrogen and ammonia to the site and produce electricity and heat from those carbon-free fuel and supply to the area. And also hydrogen will be used for the transportation. And we're trying to realize a smart community utilizing hydrogen and hydrogen energy carriers with IT technologies. However, last night someone asked about hydrogen use in the Tokyo Olympics. We are trying to promote. However, this Olympic site is strictly controlled for safety and security. So we found it would be rather difficult to introduce the new technologies on the site. So we will do outside the site something and supply green energy to the site. And Toyota will introduce 100 fuel cell buses at the time of the Olympics. And also Toyota will provide official cars, the fuel cell vehicles for official cars in Tokyo Olympics and the Paralympics. So our challenge, we realize key carbon-free energy sources in the future and can contribute to the decarbonization of the energy market. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you for your presentation. Maybe you said it, but it was not clear for me. Why do you prefer ammonia instead of staying with hydrogen? Because, of course, it implies some efficiency losses and so on, all those conversions. So why ammonia instead of staying with hydrogen?
Of course, we are looking at the hydrogen introduction in the future, but cost makes it difficult to introduce hydrogen in the power generation sector and industrial sector. So ammonia can come into those market earlier stage and create mass supply chain of ammonia, and that can produce less expensive hydrogen for the other market. So that is the step-by-step approach. Of course, liquid hydrogen can come later. So those, the scheduling and how to make that carbon-free fuels to be available in the market, that is what we are trying to do. So ammonia could lead the hydrogen introduction and the hydrogen society.
Thank you very much for your presentation. I think that Japan is always very ambitious in this target, and I think you showed it. If I understand, in Japan, there was a strong resistance in refrigeration to use ammonia. And do you think that you will be able to overcome this resistance? And I fully agree that it can be mastered, but and usually in the past, in Japan, that was difficult to introduce refrigeration ammonia. That was a very good refrigerant.
Yeah, we carefully consider that ammonia use in public areas. So what we are targeting to use ammonia in the controlled areas, like power generation stations and industries. Of course, in the power generation plant, they use already the ammonia as the DeNOx substance, and also the chemical industry use ammonia. So they do not have any problem. But we will not go to the micro turbine in the public area. So micro turbines, small turbines in the small industries we are targeting.
Vincenzo Conforti with Eni. First of all, again, thank you for the presentation. I have one question regarding the transportation of both ammonia and hydrogen. I mean, are you planning to use existing gas networks, or are you planning to use, for instance, vehicles to transport ammonia to the sites?
First, ammonia will be produced, carbon-free ammonia will be produced in the production side of the natural gas, and will be transported by the marine transportation, big vessels. And then it comes to the terminal, and if we have the power generation plant on site, directly used. And if you go to the industries, we will deliver by trucks. And ammonia is delivered already by trucks.
Mr. Muraki, you said that by burning ammonia, the NOx emission would stay under control. Could you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah.
Because it's still a dangerous byproduct.
The key is the ratio of the ammonia and air. If we can control precisely the air and ammonia ratio, the NOx emission is becoming very low. And in case of coal-fired power station, they have a two-staged combustion to control the fuel NOx. So those technologies can control the NOx emissions from the gas turbines and coal-fired power stations, as well as the industrial furnaces. If you need the details, and I'll explain separately.
Muraki-san, we do thank you very much for your presentation.